Hey everybody, unannounced quantum short. I am just giving a rundown and an update about the Florida trip, and everything's fine. Everybody's survived. I did not meet anyone at the convention from Offworld. That was why I was going, but other things happened. Um, in my journey seems to be to stay on Earth, which is fine, right? And while I did put out a call, right, no one responded. Well, they definitely didn't respond directly, and no one showed up for me to meet. But that's okay. That's okay. My call is not with the off-worlders. My call is with us Terrans here, us humans on Earth, and that's cool. Yeah, this is an unannounced live stream. Wasn't planning on doing anything, but I needed to do an update. It's a short, but it's a live short. And if anybody shows up, great. If not, hey, watch me later, right? So I was just wanting to catch up. Yeah, I met up with Rich, and he's a great dude. You know what? Here's something, right? Here's something about Rich that does not translate on YouTube or in voice or anything. His gaze, he has been debunking and and flushing out BS for so long. When he looks at you, you feel like you're being disassembled and examined, and that's fine. He has the disassembling gaze. Cha-ching, open source. Goofon, you got the disassembling gaze. I know that gaze because I disassemble machinery and hardware and electronics, and you do it with people. So he's a great guy. I okay. Listen up, people. You don't know. I have known Rich for over 15 years now, and it's all good. Me and Rich are all good. There is no warning. Somebody should have warned him against me. Did anybody think to do that? No, nobody warned Rich. Oh, be careful about that Nathan from the Quantum Show guy. He's a real weirdo. Well, no shit. What is this? We're all weirdos. Everybody who will eventually come into the chat and will eventually watch this stream, we're the weirdos because we're the ones who are awake with our eyes open, not woke, awake with our eyes open. And I was sitting here and I was thinking, I watched Amy's show. I think I should do an update. I'm not going to go daily, but I think I should do an update. Tastes like disclosure, okay? But yeah, me and Rich, we get along. We got along great, right? And hey, Jeanette, unannounced live stream. I'm just doing a little short updating after Florida, post Florida. And, uh, but Rich is a great guy. And he has the disassembling gaze. And it's very welcome because I told Rich a long time ago, hey, don't be nice, be honest, and tell me about, you know, what you see because I don't want to BS myself either. So he does that. And it's very, very welcome. Other people ponder, other people will pander to your own insecurities. I don't want that. I don't want that. I mean, Rich is Rich. He's a good guy. Okay, if you ever get a chance to meet Rich, meet him. Buy him, what is it? Buy him a nos. Yeah, buy him a nos. So, uh, yeah, Rich had to leave. He had something come up, but we spent the day together. It was cool. We got there around, I think he got there around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I don't know. The time change got me all mixed up. 1 or 2 o'clock. And I did a meetup video where he was walking around the corner by the show cars and I saw him and I started filming. And I saw that. I put that on a short. And uh, Yeah, we hung out. He had not been to a convention like that one, and not a Comic-Con style one. So he had a good time doing that. We talked about all the stuff, the same stuff we talk about on the show, plus some backstage stuff, right? And that is, I love doing that, right? I love doing that. The backstage stuff makes the stuff that is presented have that much more depth to it. And though I'm not mentioning the backstage stuff here, know that it happens, and these are not trivial little thoughts going out on the YouTubes, right? So, uh, so that's the update with Rich. He's a great guy, and all you guys warning me against Rich should have warned Rich against me. Remember that. You better remember that next time. Uh, and oh, some cool stuff happened. I was talking to somebody. Jeanette is saying, "Yeah, it's brilliant. You two got to meet after so long. I've only messaged him through emails and spoken to him on pre-shows. He's so loved with me. Yeah, okay, yeah, he is. He's awesome. Rich is great. Okay, so that's the Rich update, right? Um, the cool I reported during when I was over in Fort Myers. Okay, some details that I would like to report. I got a sunburn on the beach because if you go to Florida beaches and you don't get a sunburn on the Florida beach in the ocean, have you even lived yet? I knew I would regret not getting a sunburn. So I went ahead and did the sunburn, kind of let it happen. Hey, Dorothy, live unscheduled. It's just a little short. I'm just updating post Florida. I got the sunburn, kind of let it happen because I would have regretted not letting it happen. And I did all the stuff that you want to do. And because you said, God, I should have done this, I should have done that. Well, I did it all. I did everything I could think of that I would have regretted. Um, I'm gonna keep it PG-13 here, so you can use your imagination. Put it in the comments. What do you think I did in Florida that was PG-13, above PG-13 related, beyond PG-13 related? Put it in the comments, and I will read each and every one of them. Okay. Other little updates include the tire on the car was a delay tactic. I got a slow leak. I didn't know what was going on, and I'm pretty sure I found the screw, but it was a brand new screw, about yay long, a big one, right? Did we? Did we? Let's say yes. That's what we did. Let's just say that, Dorothy. Dorothy says this. Okay, keep it coming. What do you think I did that was beyond PG-13 in Florida? All of it, with Rich or without. Keep going. Okay, and it was some kind of delay tactic. It felt like a delay tactic, and it wasn't the only thing that happened. The tire event, right? Okay. Um, what happened was I noticed the little sensor on the dashboard says low tire. I was like, oh crap. Well, I went and got air, and I ended up having to get air twice because it had a screw in it, 2 inches long, 2.5 inches long. And I was like, oh man. So my buddy Andy was navigating using Android Auto with the computer car, right? The car computer. And it had a bum wire, right? The connector was a little bit wonky. Oh, it gets weird, right? So I'm like, hey, why isn't this thing talking to me? Tell me where to go. I don't know this town. And he goes, okay, I'll get it. And I gave him a new wire. So he replugged in and it was working. So then it navigated us to the wrong address, a previous address that we had navigated to the day before. And that was a delay tactic. That was part of it. So we went 16 miles out of the way And then now 16 miles in city. So it was a good 16 miles. And the place was getting ready to close. But then when we got to the place, he started immediately working on it, and cars off, tires getting worked on. It just needed a patch. Turns out it was the easiest kind of tire repair. It was in the middle of the tread, between the tread, right? And it was all the way down in there, straight in. So it was the easiest thing to fix. And he says it's $15 cash only. I'm like, oh no, I don't have any cash. There's a CVS down there. I'm like, okay. Turns out it was like almost 2 miles away. So I didn't realize that. I just start walking because what do you do? And then they called me back, says, hey, no, you can take the car. And I'm like, for real? He's going to fix my car and trust me to come back with money? Yes. And I did. I went and got it and I paid him. ATM put out 20. I gave him 20. He said it was 15. I gave him 20. I was like, dude, you didn't have to let me go. And that was all a stall tactic. I don't know why, but I was stopped from going somewhere to avoid something or for things to line up. That's how the force works, Finn. Okay? That is exactly how the force works. And you are delayed, things are put to keep you on track or keep you avoiding something. Well, that's that, right? That was the tire. And it was easy. I mean, it wasn't expensive, it wasn't difficult, it just took time. And it kept me from doing something or kept me on track. You know what? The thing about this, you just got to go with it. And I'm going with it, and that's fine. In other parts of the update, when I was pulling all my cables out of my car that I usually use, it was dark. I turned my overhead light on, left it on for 5 days. I'm about to go buy a new car battery. It killed it dead. It killed it dead, dead, dead. But that's okay. That's all right. It was over 5 years old. It was due to be replaced anyway, and it did a great job. So I'm going to go buy one just like it. And 5 years, that's good. Okay. And other updates. Yeah, I did do some pickups. I found action figure pickups. I got some autographs. I don't normally do autographs. I support indie authors and artists. I had them sign it so they felt good about it, right? And Derek is popping up saying, just saying hi. Keith is on a Raven show tonight, correct? Yes, that is correct. Be there, be square. But you can always listen to it later after the upload gets finished. And yeah. And welcome to the Quantum Show. This is a live update short, just a little update after the trip. And I don't know if this happens to everybody, but when you're in, I was in clear salt water. I could see completely underwater, completely, as well as anybody can see, right? Unaided, just my eyes. I was able to go under, open my eyes. Is that normal? Can anybody do that? It burned to come out of the water. Um, and also, when I was down there, you can only stay down for a few seconds, right? Before you have to breathe again. And here's the thing about the breathing. If you take a deep breath and hold it, you become more buoyant, so you can't get to the bottom. But if you exhale to where you just have just a regular amount, you breathe yourself up, but and then you don't push the air out of you. You just get to a resting position. You're still getting to be hyper oxygenated. You go down and you can stay down there pretty good few seconds at a time. I was hearing this weird buzzing sound. I'm like, what is that? Now, vision is not so perfect, right? So I couldn't see beyond about 4 or 5 feet. It just turned green. And I was like, what's that buzzing sound? So I went up. There was a boat going by. It sounded way different. To my ears, rather than you've heard underwater recordings, does not sound like that in real life, right? And I was in Bonita Beach in on the Gulf side. So Derek is saying Cedar Key, Florida has ultra clear water. So does Bonita Beach. Bonita Beach is very clear. And I have a feeling I'm going to be going back to Florida. Oh, and my plan, here was my plan. Drive up to uh, Bigelow's office and just go say hi, right? Yeah, that ain't going to happen. Okay, that is never going to happen. That place is guarded. You have to have I have to have my ID to go to work because it's FAA. That same thing over there. And plus you got to have double the amount of paperwork behind you because it's military contractor. I am commercial. I work for a commercial contractor. They work for a military contractor. So forget it. There ain't no driving up there. They got gates and guns and all this crazy crap keeping you out. So yeah, that didn't happen. I was hoping it would happen, but no, and I was nowhere near the place. It was going to be like 3 hours drive from where I was to where his office is. So I didn't go. It's okay. It's okay. I um I unwound. So yeah, did not meet uh the bigs. Did not meet the bigs, the Bigelow. I've been following him, and it on the surface it makes sense, but if you think about it, if you look at the timeline and everything that's gone on since Skinwalker, it makes no sense without more information because there's no context. Mm. People are in the chat. Let's see. Talking about Florida. Yep. Talking about a good time. Okay. Yeah. Dorothy, the clarity of the water. Heck yeah. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat. Yeah, well, that's okay. There's plenty of stuff going on in Florida. I did not go to a busy town. Fort Myers is not a super busy town. It's like El Paso, Florida. Seriously, it's just like El Paso with the ocean. If El Paso had an ocean, you'd have Fort Myers, right? And yeah, yeah, no joke. Yeah, there are guys. He is under guard all the time, right? But Fort Myers is, I mean, almost exactly. The roads are in the same shape. They're laid out the same. There's a lot of open space with a road to a shopping place, right? Or to automotive repair park. And it's what it seems like to me. It's like, because if there's a tire shop, there's an AutoZone, and there's a brake shop, and there's a body shop, and there's this and that, all to do with cars. Go over here, you got all the. I went to a crystal shop, smoke shop. What else? Masseuse, all the feel good, expensive stuff. I went to a place, and it was kind of tourist trappy. We stuck to the tourist routes, not by choice, right? Their choice. And because you know me, I dig deep. I dig to the heart of stuff because I don't have the disassembling gaze like Richie does, but I can dig deep too. And I wanted to dig deep, but they weren't up to it. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to, where was I, right? Talking about Florida again. Well, that's the big thing. I mean, did not meet aliens, did not meet anybody from not Earth, but that's okay. That's okay. I still got Twitter, right? I'm still in contact with them. They know I'm here. And I had some information come up. I will be getting with Michael Roser. Hopefully soon. He's a busy guy, but hopefully soon I want to get him on the Quantum Show. If he can't come on my regular time, I'll get him whenever I can, right? And because I've got to talk to him. And I got to do some behind the scenes talking to him before I talk to here. And let me see. Hey, Tim. Also, welcome everybody to the Quantum Show. This is just a quick short. I should probably wrap this up. But yeah, I'm going to be talking to Dark Hour Paranormal, and I got quite a few points that I need to discuss with him. All good. It's just some unknowns are coming to the top, and I'm loving it. But yeah, one last thing, I can swim. I've never been able to swim effectively. Like I cannot die, but now I can swim. I was like, what is going on here? How do I know how to do this? I've never had swim training. I never went to swim meets or anything like that. I've never been a swimmer, but I can swim. And I mean, 10 feet in 4 seconds. I was like, what the hell? All underwater. It was crazy. Okay. Yeah, the time was good. Oh, Dorothy, when I was thinking about it's happening now, when I would think about Michael and his party in Belize, when I say party, I mean group, I would get spun up and I would, not even talking about it, I would get spun up and it was touching a nerve. Something was touching a nerve and I don't know what about it. And it's happening even right this very minute. Okay, he's back. He's fine. I gotta chill out. But it was really, I wanted to talk to him more, but he's busy. I get it. He had people to deal with. And yeah, that trip, I wanted to go, but it was so expensive and I can't get away from work like that. My general thing is, can I do it with one check? Yes, then do it. And yeah, that's just a little update. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks everybody for showing up. Appreciate it. Hit like, subscribe. It's like YouTube wants me to say that, and that's cool. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe and keeping it quantum. I'm just a short little update, and I'm going to go buy a car battery now. Thanks. Out of here. Bye bye. Keep it quantum. Pushing buttons. Pushing buttons.